Rick is a lying, lazy, deadbeat dad. Rick was a very poor provider. He jumped jobs. He would have 14 jobs in 1 year. I met John 9 months after I left Rick. So now, 8 years into our marriage, the kids see John as a father figure. I'm lucky that you treat them like your own. Rick has been very difficult to co-parent with. He very seldomly actually makes his child support payments. For the last few years, Rick has been addicted to painkillers and he's been going to treatment facilities. Things got really complicated 2.5 years ago when I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. For my kids, they have to then watch their mother go through a very difficult time and possibly watch her die. Right now, legally, the kids would go to Rick because he's the biological father. My final wish in life is that the kids would be able to stay with John, that he would be able to raise them, and that they would not be raised by Rick. I'm not afraid of dying. I just want what's best for my kids.
Her husband, John, doesn't want to think about a future without Adrian, but says he is ready to step up for the sake of the children.
When I met Adrian, she had been separated from her husband for 10 months. I definitely feel like I've been the children's father figure throughout their lives. When the kids were a lot younger, Rick took kind of a friendship role. He never really wanted to take on the responsibility of children. It means a lot more to actually raise a child than to just have DNA in them. Rick's absolutely a narcissist. I question that he might even be a sociopath. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. He doesn't care who he steps on, who he hurts, even his own children. Rick has stolen a number of things from me and my family. He stole $200 out of the cupboard of our house. He stole my son's Beats headphones. He stole my daughter's iPod. I'm assuming that he was gonna buy drugs with the money. He's addicted to pain medication. He recently went to treatment. This is his second time in treatment. Rick needs to understand what's best for these kids, or for them to stay with the family that has raised them and the father that has cared for them since they were children. I love those kids, you know, with all my heart and all my soul. Unfortunately, the laws do not allow a step-parent to gain custody of the children if they're not a legal guardian. I cannot become a legal guardian unless Rick would sign away his parental rights, which Rick has refused to sign away parental rights. There's no amount of money I wouldn't spend. There's nothing I wouldn't do to allow these kids to continue to live the rest of their lives with me. They mean the world to me.
Okay, I'm so glad to meet both of you. I wish we were talking about a different scenario here than we are. You have a diagnosis of pancreatic cancer.
Yes, sir.
And I understand that you've been advised that it has metastasized.
Yes.
And so it has spread to a number of other organs and locations in your body.
Yes, sir.
And you're continuing to fight. But the reality is that the mortality rate is very high.
Yes, sir.
And at this point, your attention has turned to what you would leave behind should worst come to worst.
Yes.
And your greatest concern are the children.
Oh, very much so.
And there are 5 involved here, but 2 that you had with your ex,
Yes.
Rick, and you are particularly concerned about what would happen with those children because they're now being raised by you and John.
Yes.
Because you don't have guardianship of them, you've not adopted them, you don't have legal guardianship, so the next in line would be the biological parent, right?
Yes, sir.
And you feel that he is not the best option. Tell me why.
He is a terrible role model for the kids. He doesn't keep jobs. He doesn't want to support himself. He doesn't want to even support them. He hasn't been a very big part of their lives since they were born.
We're talking about a boy and a girl, 14 and 13.
Yes, sir.
And how long has it been since he's been involved in their lives on a regular basis?
On a regular basis, well, he and I were divorced about 9.5, maybe 10 years ago.
And since then, he's, you know, he might see them every other weekend, or that's about it.